Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Welcome to the Fly With Us podcast. This podcast is bringing the art of conversation, self-love, self-care, mental health care and protection, life lessons, love lessons, and everything in between.
Everything in between.
And today we're going to talk about a circle of blessings. I'm
Woo, woo,
Lady
woo. And I'm Ace Slate.
All right, so this week we had some amazing things happen while we're on this stay-at-home order, or if you change your words, change your life, the safe-at-home order. So it's not a stay-at-home order; it's a safe-at-home order. So I kind of I gotta go back a little bit. So about a month and a half ago, my car died, and my really great friends and sister came through and gave me some money that she didn't have herself, which was amazing and awesome because it bought dinner and it lifted the burden. So thank you, Sister Slate, for the blessing. So now we fast forwarded a little bit. A good friend of mine, Elisa, went to one of the mobile food pantries, and she brought us a bunch of leftover fresh fruits and vegetables, which was awesome. And then I saw a post on Facebook from my cousin who got an unexpected blessing at her job. And she was gifted some extra money for her coming. And she actually doesn't live here. She actually lives in Texas. But she was here at Kettering Medical Center helping them with the coronavirus patients. So they gifted her $240. And she's like, I really wasn't expecting this. I really didn't need it. I'm looking to bless somebody else. So I was like, I got a friend who just had a baby. She could sure use a blessing. And then about an hour later, I got a message from you saying, who is this person?
Who is this
come from? Who is this angel? And then you told me I just gave my last $13 to my cousin.
Yeah.
And then you got this blessing.
Yeah. So and it's funny that you even mentioned the thank you. Oh my God. It's funny that you even mentioned the pantry, because just that morning, about 3 a.m, I had looked up a pantry. I think it's called By God's Grace, and they were doing
I love her.
And so I posted that they were doing the mobile pantry, and I had reached out to some people like, do you need me to go grab some stuff for you, because all you need is a name, address, and birthday? And they like, no, and I didn't end up having to go. My mom and sister went anyway. But yeah, I had a cousin call and say, look, I need about $20 or whatever you can spare. I need to get some gas or whatever. I said, well, I think I got like $13.80
Yes.
on this card. And I was like, you can take that. And he took it, and he came back and he was like, it's still like $3 on there. I'm like, okay. But a couple days before that, I had got a bill had came in, and I was like, look, this ain't what my bill's supposed to be. I didn't expect this, and I can't pay all of this. I cannot pay all of this. And they said, well, we're not doing anything like disconnects or anything like that. We can extend it. You can pay what you can or whatever. And I'm like, okay. Right? So then I give up that $13. Right? And I'm like, it's okay. I'm going to get it back. Mind you, I'm not working right now. I just had the baby. If I'm doing any work, it'll be from home. And I get a text and said, hope this helps, $120. My bill is only $129.
Wow.
So I'm like, to see that, I just start crying. And I was like, I'm overwhelmed, and overwhelmed seemed too negative. So I was overjoyed, and then I was over here, and it's National Poetry Month. So I said, I'm overwhelmingly overjoyed over here.
Yes. Get your whole Stevie Wonder on.
Yeah. So I'm just grateful, and we are all connected, especially in that way. That pay it forward thing is serious. And I had paid it forward during Christmas. So you never know how it's going to come back, or even if it does, but when it does, it's a beautiful surprise.
Yeah. And I know for me, I give, what I have whenever I have it, and even, given sometimes when I don't have it, not expecting anything in return, not expecting, anything to come back my way. I do it because it's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
If you are in a position to help somebody else out, you are supposed to do that. And
that's one of my things. Be blessed and be a blessing. Yeah.
yeah. And and I thought about something else I like totally forgot about. So, I'm not working, but I'm still getting paid. But, Jay is off from both of his jobs. So there is no money coming in, and unemployment is useless. So, in the midst of that, we have friends who are also hurting. Like our friends Gus and Sarah had to close down their bar, which is Barrel House.
Yeah.
Awesome place. So I'm like, well, I don't have any money to give you, but I can make you dinner. And they were like, oh my God, that's so great. You don't have to do that. And I'm like, well, my friend came by, gifted me with these extra fruits and vegetables. I can make you Mexican lasagna, which is all vegetarian. So I made dinner for them. And then I made dinner for Cooley and Catherine. And, Cooley's like learning more about like vegetarian meals and stuff like that.
Okay, Cooley.
So, right. So I was like, I said, hey, it has no meat in it. Are you sure you want to try it? And he was like, yeah, I'm always down to try something new. And so he sends Jay a message this morning. It was like, man, that lasagna was banging.
Yes, you made it before and I tasted it like, oh my God, it is.
Yeah.
Good. It is good.
Yeah, and Sarah said the same thing. She actually put it on Facebook because her daughter is vegetarian, and so she's not vegetarian. So with her not being vegetarian, trying to make meals for her daughter, sometimes hard. If you're not a vegetarian, cooking that way
is. I have a cookbook with over 300 recipes. I need to get to y'all. I need to get it to y'all.
Okay, yeah, because actually I found this recipe in a book like a really long time ago. But I've modified the recipe from the way it is in a book. So it's not even like the same as in a book. It's like my own thing now.
Aren't you fancy?
I do try, But so to be able to, to do that, like, no, I can't give you any money, but I can cook for you.
See, and that's the thing. I think that's the beautiful thing about thanks coronavirus, that we're finding out the money is not that valuable right now.
No.
It's really not. And it's so many things that we can bless each other with and even ourselves with that don't cost a dime. Like, I didn't realize how much I needed to sit down until this moment. And I've been able to sit down. I had the baby, of course, but even before that, I didn't know that I needed to sit down and just think and just look around and appreciate the space that we live in. Like, it's a pretty dope space around here.
Right. And I think being on the stay-at-home order has led to some discoveries and that's good. And not just discoveries like for me, but I'm seeing the growth, on my different friends' Facebook posts, and they're becoming more insightful, to themselves and to the world as a whole. That it really isn't always about drinking, sex, and twerking. Like there's a whole extra piece of the world out here.
And then when you thinking of your friends, like you ain't thinking of them like, dang, I just miss kicking it with them. Like you said, I'm gonna reach out and make them dinner. I'm gonna, you have it's deeper. Everything is deeper now, like than it was before. It's more, you more considered it. It's more meaningful. Things are done with more sincerity anymore. And I just think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful. I really do.
I think so. And it's given, I think, the opportunity to really take note of what's important and what's not. So definitely relationships, we've talked about it before about, reconciling with people and apologizing and forgiving, because at the end of the day, when you take away the cars, the jobs, the money, the places to go, all you have left are your people. I got my people. I've got the relationships with those people. I'm going to cultivate these relationships because when this is over, my people are going to be there. So even if my job isn't there when this is over, you'll be there. My mom will be there,
And what you might find out about those jobs is that probably ain't even your job. That probably ain't what you're supposed to be doing. You find more meaningful things to do where you can be paid for sitting at home. You get really creative.
Get real creative.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to definitely say that, you know, you do get creative, and of course, Jay has had a book and a movie in his head for God knows how long, and so I'm like,
Yeah.
well, yo, what you doing?
Yes.
I'm about to watch TV. Oh, okay. Like, you need this
Yeah,
notebook right here.
this is precious time that we are not gonna get back. And I just realized it today. Like, yes, your vacation is over. Your vacation is over. It's time to get. Well, actually, it was yesterday. I was like, it's time to get back to work, and I can do it with ease. I'm not rushed to do anything right now, so I can really think things through and put things in their respective places and make it all flow together.
Yes.
But I don't want to waste no time, because you don't want to come out of this thing and be like, dang, I should have did this then. Hey,
Right.
you wasted some precious time that you really could have benefited from. Oh wait, look, oh wait.
What? Yeah,
disappear for a second.
I said the same thing. Like, I saw this meme on Facebook, and it was like, if you don't come out of this with a new skill, with a new this and a new that, then it turns out that you never lack time, you lack discipline. But then on the flip side, I saw that that same meme that somebody edited and said, if you don't come out of this with all of those things, that's okay too. You've just went through a major life crisis, and it takes time to adjust. And I was
Well, you
like,
survived.
wow.
Survived.
Yes,
Yeah.
we have survived. We are surviving. We will survive. And sometimes, just like when you get sick, when you're doing too much and your body forces you to sit down, I think that this welcome forcing us to sit down has been good. If you look at the positive side of the news, the smog has gone down in California. The smog has gone down in Paris, where you couldn't see the mountains, and now you can.
That.
Yeah.
Have we even considered that? Who cares if gas is only $1 and some change right now? Where you going?
Right.
And then when you think about it, why are we always in a hurry to jump and get up in them cars? Why don't we take more walks? Why don't we go outside? Why don't we sit down and converse with our kids more often? Because I found out some amazing things about my kids since I've been home with them all the time. A lot of things.
Yeah, well, me and Kryptonite did a show last week, and we talked about that. Using this time, like you said, to get to know your kids. How many times have you got up in the morning, Bobby, get your shoes on, get your coat, get your lunch, get out the door, here's your bus pass. And then by the time you see him again, you got
a whole nother list of things to do for
eat dinner. Did you do your homework? Did you do this? You do this? Are you done with practice? Are you going to practice? Do you need a ride to practice? You need a ride home? And we do all of this run, hustle and bustle, but never once did you say, hey, how was your day? Did you learn anything new today? Did you learn anything new today about yourself?
Yeah. Well, they used to always tell me no, but now I'm learning more things about them. And I've also had time to let them learn more about me without me telling them, just by them seeing.
Right.
Oh, so this is what this insane lady does all day with her time. This is what she's dying to do. She wants to create.
Right.
Create. So it's not that she wants to drag us along. She's just always busy. Yes.
But like you said, it's a welcome opportunity for them to see that, because then they also realize that when things are flowing in abundance and they take it all in and they're enjoying it, they can appreciate it because they saw what it took to get it. See, when our kids
they do get to see that like for me, I know they don't see the big end. They don't see a mansion. They don't see the fancy cars. They don't see all that, but they do see persistence and determination. They do see passion and guts, and I refuse to give up. And I want them to be able to witness that, because I want them to have something that they believe in that much, even if it is just themselves or just their friends or just, something to believe in something and want something really bad, really, really bad. But yeah, so that's the fun parts of it.
Yeah, but I think so. And having meaningful conversations, about, the very same thing. This is what it takes. This is why I seem manic and crazy at the end of the day, because I've spent the day doing all of these things to make sure that you can come home and be at ease.
And another thing that I've noticed is that I wonder, and I've asked several people, because I was one of the people when I was pregnant, not since I've had the baby, but I was one of the people that was in the store randomly walking around the store grabbing things. And I'm like, hey, so you're not afraid to come out either? And there was one lady was like, well, you can't let nobody move your faith.
Oh,
I said, I get that. I've noticed how some people have either turned their faith up or turned their faith off. People have got more grounded and centered in what they're willing to take in and believe, and what they're not willing to listen to and take in. So that's interesting too. It's interesting too. I mean, I've seen some really deep conversations on Facebook where people going all into numerology and looking at numbers and all these myth busters. And then there's other people who are super afraid. And then there's others that's just like, I'm living my blessed life and I'm not going to. So it's just interesting to see what all is transpiring and what will come to pass in the end of this, on the other side of this, rather.
Yeah, I wonder, what is this going to do? Like, when this is over, how is this going to change the way we connect with people?
I really think that's going to be major, because we've already changed the way we connect with people. I have upstairs something I used to do but stopped doing. So many envelopes on the dresser. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I have to go get stamps. Whoop, whoop. like we don't mail things a lot anymore. Of course, you and I do. Right. We send out letters, to my son. You send them out to inmates and things like that. But we have different ways of connecting with people. We're going to make sure that we stay connected. And I think that will carry over. I really hope that it does carry over, where people stay connected and find different ways to reach out.
And speaking of which, you're talking about me writing people that are incarcerated. The one young man that I write has a release date. Woo! And it's amazing. His release date is May 20th, 2020. And this is all set to end May 1st. So here's hoping that this ends the way it's supposed to, and he can come home and rejoin society and restart his life. Like, I'm so free. Right. I'm so jazzed about that. And then, for people who didn't know, I have a friend whose son is in jail. I've never met him. Now, she's been my friend since high school. We just never ran in circles where I got to like meet her kids. So her son met some unfortunate circumstances by being with someone that was a father figure to him, which is really awful. It was actually his former stepfather, and he got caught up and caught a case and was locked up. So I've been writing him since she reached out on Facebook saying that, it's just me and my kids and nobody cares. And I'm like, well, give me his address and I'll write him. So he knows that there are people pulling for him on this side besides his mama. So I'm excited, for when he comes home to like go to his homecoming party and say, hey, I'm the crazy lady that's been writing you all of these, notes of love since you've been gone. And so that's going to be just really
exciting. So fun. I had sent my son a card a couple months ago, and they sent the card back. Like, it took like a whole month to send the card back. And the card says, released, either on parole or something else it said. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to sit that on my altar space and let that manifest. So I'm glad to hear that somebody was released, is getting released. And I'm still going to hold it in life that he's getting released. I heard my sister said that, I think it was my sister, said that they were releasing some prisoners that weren't in there for violent crimes or something, that they were doing some early releases.
Yeah, I heard that too. But he's like in a juvenile kind of facility, so he's not eligible. And since his release date is coming up when this is scheduled to be over, they're like, nah, you're just going to ride out your confinement. Okay.
I think it's beautiful. People was like, oh, how do you feel having a baby with corona? Actually, at first I was mad because my midwife couldn't be there. My doula, I had to choose between my doula and a family member or a support person or what have you. And I'm like, that sucked. And they didn't take pictures. That didn't really suck. So I don't buy those expensive pictures anyway.
Right.
And I don't let them take my baby out the room, so that didn't suck anyway. And then I don't want a lot of people around my kid anyway, so thanks, coronavirus.
Right.
So I found more reasons to give thanks then I have to be upset by everything that's happening. And who don't want to wear a dope mask? A lot of us are prettier from the eyes up anyway.
Hey, I think so.
So, I'm fine. Oh, where did we go? There we go.
Well, if you're ready, we got about a few minutes left. Got about 10 minutes left, so you can go ahead and hit us with the mindfulness minute and the self-care assignment.
So for our self-care assignment this week, if you haven't had a chance to do so, you can write a letter with snail mail, or you can put it in an email. You can send it in a text. You can call them on the phone, or you can Zoom, baby, like we do, and tell someone that you love them. I mean, this can be either easy or hard, depending on if you've ever said those words yes to that person before. Saying it out loud can make you and the other person feel amazing, and it is so worth it. I even posted that song a couple weeks ago, These 3 Words by Stevie Wonder. Please tell someone that you love them. There's no time like the present, and everyone needs to hear I love you. So say it loud and proud. You ain't got to say I'm black and I'm proud, but just say I love you. And then for our mindfulness minute, we're going to talk about the unseen community. I know that since I've been on the stay-at-home order, the unseen community, it's not about who sees you, who sees what you're doing, or who's looking at you. This is a period of self-examination. Mm-hmm. See yourself and see how we all are connected. Dr. Martin Luther King said, we may have all come on different ships, but we in the same boat now, baby. We all in the same boat. So,
man.
The quote here says, I belong to the unseen community of all beings. Each aspect of nature reverberates through me, and I belong to the mind of the universe. We are not alone now, nor have we ever been alone. No matter how isolated we feel at times, we still live in a shared reality that overlaps with those around us. We have commonalities with our fellow human beings, with non-human creatures, and even with ordinary matter. We are all a part of the undulating waves of change, the accretion and dissolution of things, and the give and take of life and being. Let's see. Dear one, what do y'all say? Somebody else says it too. Beloved.
Okay, y'all.
Dear one, you and I have no separation between us. This inner space is your temple and mine. The echoes of your thoughts echo through me, and in your consciousness as well. We are all part of one body or one mind. Call it by either name. Sorrow and joy are here. Feel them. They are united by bliss, which is the union of all contrary forces. So, our mindfulness minute this week is to know that you are a part of the unseen community. We are one. Go get you some amazing Frankie Beverly and listen to some We Are One. Tell someone that you love them. Take some time to be thankful for your blessings and bless somebody else, expecting nothing in return. And you can find us.
Oh, wait, you forgot one.
Not yet.
We got our favorite part.
No,
you forgot.
I'm moving too fast because I've been in the house. Brain fog. It is now time for our, who could have not known brain science without his head showing? Brain science.
All right, so we've been talking about being part of this unseen community and giving and gratitude and blessings. So I'm going to give you a few reasons why giving is good for your brain. So first of all, giving makes us feel happy. There was a study, I'm cutting these people's names off because it's hard to read. There was a study done, and they said that the participants in the beginning thought that they would be more happy giving to themselves, but it turned out at the end of the study, they were much happier when they gave to other people. These good feelings are reflected in our biology. Giving is good for your health. A wide range of research has linked different forms of generosity to better health, even among the sick and the elderly. So, researchers suggest that one reason giving may improve physical health and longevity is that it helps decrease stress, which is associated with a variety of health problems, as we've already talked about a million times. Giving promotes cooperation and social connection. When you give, you're more likely to get back. Several studies, including work by some sociologists, have suggested that when you give to others, your generosity is likely to be rewarded by others down the line. Sometimes by the person you gave to, and sometimes by someone else, and you never know when it's going to come.
I
That
know
is the
that's right.
key. It comes right when you need it, not necessarily when you want it per se. Giving invokes gratitude, whether you're giving or receiving, if you're on the giving or ending or receiving end of a gift, blah. That gift can elicit feelings of gratitude. It can be a way of expressing gratitude or instilling gratitude in the recipient. And research has found that gratitude is integral to happiness, health, and social bonds. And last but not least, giving is contagious. When we give, we don't only help the immediate recipient of our gift, we also spur a ripple effect of generosity through our community. And who
Pay it
couldn't use
forward.
that? Pay it forward.
Yes, yes, yes. I like that. You said it don't come when you want to, but come right on time. That sound like that song, On Time God. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. So if you want to keep giving and receiving this love and the gift of self-care and mental health care and protection, make sure that you keep flying with us on all available platforms now. We don't even have to list them anymore because we are everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yes, we even have a rating on Google Podcasts now. So we have
Awesome.
really come up in the world. So thank you to our viewers. Thank you to Miss Slate over here and Lady Grace over there.
Oh, she waking up too. Woo woo, we did good.
Woo woo. See? All right. I'm Lady Bounce.
And I am A Slate.
And we out.
And we out of here.
Peace.